Hey folks, MJB here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of my crypto news, where I cover recent news and events in the crypto world that I find most relevant, that I think you may like to know about. First, please note that none of this is financial advice. Obviously, do your own research, ask questions, leave comments down below, and I'll get back to you. Do not risk any monies you can't afford to lose. Please quickly click that like, that's the thumbs up. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are notified when my new content comes out. I like to keep people informed. I like to share my opinions. You may agree or disagree, but that's the fun of it as we all try to navigate these difficult times. Here we go. First, not in any particular order, but what's on my mind is the Animal Farm launch, which was supposed to take place, about 2 days ago. And of course, typical crypto fashion, it didn't launch. Now that's frustrating enough as it is. And I understand it's technology, and I understand there's glitches. I understand that there could be problems. And that's expected, I suppose. What I don't like is the lack of professionalism or courtesy. I dealt in the business world my whole life, and you want to be courteous. I mean, if you're running late for an appointment, you call. If something happens, you let other people know at least what's going on. At least put some kind of note out or notification or public comment so that people know that, first of all, you didn't run off with their $40 million that's locked up right now, especially with all the recent rug pulls in the crypto industry. But moreover, just provide updates. People are sitting tight, all day long for back-to-back days waiting for updates, and nothing comes, and it's super frustrating. I don't care if you say you had a flat tire on the way to the facility. I don't care if you were struck by lightning. I don't care if you say that your internet went down. I don't care if you got stuck in a snowstorm. Say something. You don't just leave people hanging for 2 full days without giving some kind of meaningful updates. Again, it goes back to courtesy. Like I said, there's $40 million already locked in this system. So it's not like, people are just, poo-poo. No, this is a real deal. And people want professionalism, especially when we're talking about big money. Just my 2 cents. Wanted to get that off my chest. I'm still very high on Animal Farm. Watch my previous video for a tutorial. But like I said, there's certain aspects of it that you would think that people would be much more professional, and that's somewhat of a disappointment. Okay, got that off my chest. What's in here on my notes? The European Commission released an action plan to, quote, help improve the efficient use of energy resources to facilitate the integration of renewables into the grid and save costs for the European Union consumers and energy companies. What does that mean? That means they're going after the crypto miners. That means proof of work, which is Bitcoin. That's not good for them. Crypto mining and its load in the electrical systems has been humongous. And like I said, proof of work is what they're really targeting here. They're saying it is possible to base blockchain technology on a consensus mechanisms, proof of stake, like Ethereum, for example. So, again, not financial advice, but that's one of the main reasons why I'm higher on Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and why I think Ethereum will eventually take over Bitcoin. Just my opinion. But Bitcoin, like I said, they may be up against it because of all the electricity and power that they use against these grids. It's not a good thing, and now the European Commission is addressing it, and that could trickle down to the U.S. and other big locations that are going to notice this and take action also. Just my thoughts. What else do we got here? South Africa has announced crypto assets to be treated as financial products to make it easier for regulators to monitor the market and to help safeguard consumers. Bingo. That's what we want worldwide. That's what we're trying to work towards. That's great that South Africa is now stepping up. Crypto is a digital representation of value, and the first step to bring this crypto asset industry within legal South African legal framework. So that's what they're gearing towards. It's the initial steps. Basically, we want regulation, we want framework, we want people, all this financial money that's on the sidelines can't get involved until they know that they're transacting legally and aren't violating any rules or laws. So that's great that South Africa is getting involved. It's just one more step towards this growing and gaining traction. Speaking about gaining traction, 80% of El Salvador citizens, they believe that the country's Bitcoin strategy has failed. as you may remember, it was adopted. Bitcoin was adopted a year ago as legal tender. I think everybody got a certain amount put on not on a debit card, but in their own wallet, and that's how everybody started out. But the public feels that the government should stop spending public funds buying Bitcoin. They bought near the top, and then it plummeted. Of course they're pissed. They bought at the top, and now it's gone down, whatever, 70% or whatever it's gone down. Of course they're mad. If there wasn't all this inflation issues, if we weren't in a recession, if there wasn't a war, if we didn't have COVID, I mean, if gas prices weren't super high, whatever, yeah, they'd be happy that they made that move. If the price would have went up, they would look like geniuses, and they'd be praising it, and they would all be happy and riding off into the sunset. But the fact that it went against them, of course they're pissed. It's only been less than a year. I think they need to be patient. I think it's going to be good for their country in the long run to show that it's progressive. And when the price goes back up, they'll see. But again, you got to be patient with things like this. We're all riding this thing out and can only hope that things turn for the better. What else is here on my list? USDT. It's a stable coin. It's going to be available across 24,000 ATMs in Brazil, beginning November 3rd. This is another sign that the Latin America countries have been very impressive in adopting crypto. This is going to be handled by the fintech firm SmartPay, and it's going to ensure seamless access for Brazilians, and it gives them access to financial technology, through crypto. And again, it just shows the progression, the adoption, how it's gaining traction, especially in South America. It's going to make these countries that much more progressive and advanced than they are now, and it looks good. Again, it sucks that crypto's down right now, but I think things will turn, and these types of moves are going to work out for the better in the long run. What else do we got here? Let me check my notes. Here's a funny one for you. The Guinness Book of World Records added Bitcoin as the first crypto. I guess the significance is for the industry in that it's now more recognizable. Great. When I think of Guinness Book of World Records, I think of Siamese twins plopping around. I think of two fat guys on mopeds. I think of people teeter-tottering for a week. I think of all the stupid stuff in the Guinness Book of World Records, but I guess this is a good thing since it's going to give Bitcoin and crypto somewhat more of recognition. So we'll give it a thumbs up, I suppose. What else here in my notes? The PulsePot sister project, Bnbp, launched, and it launched successfully. And the first game, which is the jackpot game, has been running successfully. The problem that I see was due to some gamemanship from a big whale that was making big bets. I'm not going to get into the strategy of the game, but I guess he was kind of gaming the system, making big bets, and he was basically taking advantage of the bonus. It's called a participation phase that was set for the first 30 days to kind of promote it and make it have activity. But this one big whale was basically trying to win every single pot to accumulate these bonus tokens that are being given out for these first so many games in the first month or so. So I'm not sure if they're going to change this or revise the system or what have you. But again, nothing illegal is being taken place. It's just a big wallet or a big player trying to take advantage. And that's the risk he takes because he may be accumulating a whole lot of something that may not be worth a whole lot in the long run. So it's a risk he's taking. Or he could be accumulating something that could certainly gain in value down the road, and then these risks that he took could turn out in his favor. Hard to say. But, we'll see how it plays out. We're all excited about the launch of pulsechain coming, hopefully sooner rather than later. And then the pulsechain version will launch on pulsechain, and people that sacrifice will get their airdrops for that. And so hopefully this Bnbp, the sister project, can learn from any mistakes they've made. I'm not going to call them mistakes, but can just learn from this first opening or this first go-around, and then make revisions as needed for when the PulsePot version comes out, hopefully sooner rather than later, and it could run much more easily and straightforward without any issues. Anyway, that's on my mind. Again, please go ahead and click that like. Please click that subscribe button. I'll keep you folks posted. I'll come back in another couple of days with more information and news that I feel that you may find valuable. Certainly watch my prior news videos if there's something in the topic that catches your attention. Please watch my prior project videos if one of those videos catches your attention and you'd like to learn more about how that particular project will operate. Again, not financial advice, but you may find some value and elect to potentially participate. Anyway, until next time.